Hey, we want to take a second to thank our sponsors, our friends over at Marcus Theaters, the Palace Cinema here in Sun Prairie. It's truly the place to watch movies. Come in and be greeted by a friendly face when you enter. Come get your tickets. Then make sure to stop by the concession stand to get some delicious refreshments.
Here you go.
Thank you. Then settle into a dream lounger, sit back, relax, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. Hey, it's Real Reviews. Hello and welcome back to Real Reviews. My name is Jameson Rabbit. You know this guy. It's Steve Savaki. How you doing, sir?
Doing well, doing well.
Yeah? We're going to talk about some fun movies
I
this
hope
time.
so.
Our last episode,
episode was
we
not so much
recapped
fun.
the end of 2025 and then talked about some movies that we did not like. This one should be a little more fun. We choose the good ones here. And before we get into our list, we're going to each talk about our top 10 favorite. I just want to throw one out there that I saw just before the show. Didn't have time to do all the graphics and such, but I just went and saw Send Help, the new Sam Raimi movie, starring Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien, where they get trapped on a desert island. He's her boss, and she's a subordinate.
It's not a romantic comedy?
Very much not. I mean, there's some fun in there. There's some comedy, and if you like Sam Raimi, it's a lot of hallmarks of Sam Raimi. No Bruce Campbell showing up in this movie, though. And but I'm not a fan of Rachel McAdams.
Oh, I am.
I'm not.
That doesn't mean I'm going to go see this.
She's got man hands. But she's enjoyable in this one. It's fun. It's kind of gory. You'll like it. I think. It's just it's cartoonish gore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. We'll
I
see.
enjoyed myself because it's been a bad stretch of movies to start the year. The January, February dumping ground of bad movies has been in full effect in 2026. And I don't think any of the movies that have been out over the last 6 weeks are going to be talked about this time next year on our favorite list.
You mean you didn't go see the annual Gerard Butler B movie that comes out?
I did not get to Greenland
every
too.
year this time of year?
Yeah, no, it just didn't make it. There's a documentary out. I didn't get to go see that either. But let's talk about some movies that we did love. We got 10 movies and maybe some ties and maybe some honorable mentions and such. So let's talk about some ones we loved with our best movies of 2025. Sir, I ask you to start us off. What do you have at the end of your list?
Okay, I cheated a little bit.
Here we go. Right away.
Yeah, right away. Number 10 for me is a tie, and it's Thunderbolts and Superman. So
Let's start with Thunderbolts.
Okay. So these two movies restored my faith in the superhero genre. I mean, while they don't reach the level of admiration that I had for Avengers Endgame, they came pretty close. And Thunderbolts is dark, it's dingy, it's dirty. It deals with real life issues like depression and family, and great performance from Florence Pugh. And I wasn't sure we needed another Superman, but boy, I'm so glad that we got this one. It was fun, it was bright, it was sweet, it had a big dose of humanity. Superman saves a squirrel. I just had such a good time watching this. I was rooting for the good guys. I was booing the bad guys. David Corenswet is the best Superman since Christopher Reeve. And even though it's a CGI dog, I thought Crypto was just so darn
You can always win Steve over with a dog.
Yeah, put a dog in the movie, I'll put it on the best of list every year. I mean, I am really looking, I hope this didn't raise up my expectations to this unrealistic level with these next films that are coming out this year. Supergirl, which I thought, by looking at the trailer, okay. And the new Avengers movie, Avengers what, Doomsday? Which is going to have like everybody in it. I am looking forward to that, but I just thought, superhero movies were just kind of flat for me for a while, and these two.
Yeah, post Avengers Endgame, it had been a rough, fallow period of superhero movies, and I agree with you. Both of those were really fun. I enjoyed having a bright and sunny Superman movie. Yeah, good choices. Those are both really good. My number 10 is a movie that I know you love because we just got done talking about it. It is Begonia. We just talked about it on our worst of episode where Steve hated this movie. Yorgos Lanthimos' newest film, pairing again with Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons. I enjoy the weirdness of this movie.
I know you did.
Yorgos Lanthimos works for me, but it's Jesse Plemons, man. This guy there is no one better at being awkward and creepy and believable and genuine than him. His character work puts this movie in my top 10. It's great. Emma Stone is good in this, but she's not the narrative thrust of this film. I don't think that she
So it's just
was
Jesse
anything
Plemons
special.
that got you to
Jesse
put that?
Plemons and
Yeah.
Yorgos.
Okay.
I mean, he's a cult leader who convinces his dim-witted cousin to believe in the stuff that he hears on his fringe podcast that he listened to about the aliens coming down, and it's not an easy watch. It's definitely not for anyone.
No.
For everyone. It got 4 nominations, including Best Picture, and yeah, I enjoy the weirdness and the uneasiness that this movie made me feel.
I mean, I will agree with you. Jesse Plemons is really good in this. He should have been nominated for Best Actor. I thought that was kind of a big snub.
I mean, my thing is, have I seen a movie like this before?
No.
No, I have not. This is an original movie.
It is.
And I appreciate that. So that is why and I want to say this too before we get deeper into my list. Put my list together. I ranked every movie I saw this year, all 174 movies I saw this year. Put them in order, as I do every year. If you want to see the list after the show, it is on our social media. If you go on to our Facebook page, I have the list up.
I
But
have to see that.
I would say my top 5 are cemented. But my 5 through 15 is really on my mood of the day.
Yeah.
Flipping, flopping,
There's a
and
lot
we'll,
of good
we'll
stuff.
talk about that in our honorable mentions.
Yeah.
So, yeah, some really good movies this year. All right, your number 9, sir.
This is one I just kind of stumbled onto, and it's called The Baltimoreans.
I have not seen this movie.
You haven't?
Tell me about
Wow. I saw
I'm
a movie that
intrigued.
Jameson hasn't seen yet. I mean, this is about a guy in Baltimore. He needs emergency dental surgery on Christmas Eve. He can only find one dentist to help him. And through a series of events, he and this dentist end up becoming attracted to each other. There they are. And they start this unlikely romance, but it's very believable thanks to the performance of the 2 leads, 2 people I have never seen
This guy looks
before.
familiar.
Really? His name is Michael Strassner. That is Liz Larson. Their performances just are so real and so credible. It's just a charming little romantic comedy. It just came out of nowhere for me. I read about it and I thought, okay, I'm
stumbled
gonna
across it,
watch this. I mean, if you're looking for something different, check it out. It was directed by Jay Duplass. I don't know if you.
I love the Duplass brothers.
Yeah, he's got another film actually coming out this year that's been getting a lot of buzz called "See You When I See You."
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that one. But
He and his brother Mark make odd little movies.
yeah, it's just a quirky little romantic comedy that it's set in Baltimore, and it works.
I love it. A movie that I have to put on my list.
You gotta
Gotta
watch
find
it. All right.
I love it. All right. My number 9 is a movie that has been nominated for 16 Academy Awards this year. It's the newest film from Ryan Coogler, his latest team up with Michael B. Jordan. It's Sinners. Set in 1932. This is a film that hit on so many different themes. 2 brothers, twins in most ways, but different enough to feel important, chasing a dream of opening a juke joint back in their little rural town and employing friends, finding this new musician, digging up this old blues man to join up, and as their dream becomes a reality, evil starts pounding on the doors, led by Jack O'Connell, and a great Delroy Lindo performance, an actor that I absolutely love, and it feels always criminally underrated. Gets nominated this year finally, which I was
he get
very happy
nominated?
for. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a horror film, but it's so patient setting everything up. You get to know the characters, the area. You can feel the sweat on them. You can taste the cold beers in this juke joint, and you can see the way their past has shaped them into these characters. And being black in this era and in this time, and how they finally found a safe space. They built their own safe space, and despite that, the racists still find them and have to try and ruin everything for them. And I love it. And it's a great dual performance from Michael B. Jordan, where every time I've watched this movie, I forget it's the same guy. I'm like, man, these Michael B. Jordans are great because he's so good at finding the differences in these characters.
My daughter has told me, and people that I work with have told me, Steve, you have to watch
You really
this.
enjoy it.
You have to watch this.
Yeah.
So
It's a strong contender for every category that it's been nominated in this year. I don't feel like it was given any token nominations. It's really great, and I'm really glad that a quote unquote horror movie of its like has gotten this kind of recognition. It's kind of groundbreaking that way.
Oh, I guess I have to watch it now.
It's not too scary.
Okay.
I think I saw a dog being petted at one point in the movie. I think they were petting a dog. So you can latch onto that.
All right.
So that's my number 9 favorite movie of the year. What do you have as your number 8?
It's sentimental value. It's a story about an aging movie director who wants to take one last shot at making the masterpiece of his career while at the same time trying to reunite with his estranged daughters who pretty much want nothing to do with him. I mean, it sounds like your typical boring family drama, right? Well, you know, what saves this from becoming that are the performances, not only from the two that you see here on the screen, but, and that's Stellan Skarsgård and Renata Rensva, but Inga Ipsdotter Lilius and Elle Fanning. Wow. I mean, these are 4 just stellar performances. All 4 received Oscar nominations, including Elle Fanning. Made me so happy. And I just absolutely loved this story. I loved how they interacted with each other. It's like 2/3 foreign languages subtitles, 1/3 English. Don't let that turn you away. I know some get turned off by that. I actually thought the split of the languages was more effective in telling this story of these 4 individuals, and I love the ending. I wish I could talk about it.
Yeah.
It was a great ending.
Yeah.
Just an overall fantastic film.
Yeah, this movie felt like a really limited theatrical run. Hopefully
Yeah.
on its
I saw it
when it
streaming.
hits, hopefully it gets more eyes on it, and the fact that it's really rare for like the entire cast to get nominated for acting
Well, it
awards.
is, yeah.
I mean, that's really remarkable to go 4 deep as far as nominations for actors. So I'm really hoping more people find interest in this and discover it, because it is great. We talked about it on our last episode. We both gave it 4.5 stars. Yeah, good movie. Really enjoy that. My number 8 is a movie that I believe we both really enjoyed over on Netflix. It's Train Dreams from director Clint Bentley. It's one that we both loved. Joel Edgerton stars in this, and he's on screen the entire time. I mean, it's his story. It's a journal of one simple man's life navigating a hard world and surviving incredibly hard times. Edgerton elevates this movie with his performance, paired with gorgeous cinematography from Adolfo Veloso. And we watch the pain wash over his face. We see the loss and loneliness in his eyes. And this is a film that could have slipped under the radar, just streaming on Netflix. Nothing major. What happens in this movie? It's just a guy's life, right? It gave me feelings of films that I love. It kind of reminded me of like a Jeremiah Johnson,
Yep.
a quiet story. It doesn't have to have any major inciting event or anything to it. And I just really enjoyed it. And it's Joel Edgerton's best performance to date. And he's a great actor, but this is a wonderful movie. And so it's my number 8. What's your number 7?
Well, you can leave it on there.
All right.
It's Train Dreams. I mean, you know a movie's pretty darn good when it looks like you're watching the real thing. And I got to tell you, I thought while watching this, that I was looking at actual footage of the life of this lead character, this logger and railroad builder from Idaho in the early 20th century. I mean, it's one of those movies where the story is told not so much by what you hear, because there's not a lot of dialogue in this, but from what you see.
Yeah.
And how Joel Edgerton did not get nominated
Criminal.
for an Oscar for Best Actor. I
Yeah.
was stunned by that.
How this is
Absolutely
nominated for
stunned.
Best Picture. He is the movie.
Yeah, he
and he
is.
gets no recognition for it.
I mean, this movie lives or dies based on his performance, and if he doesn't give a good performance, I mean, the movie's
This is
just
a
not
throwaway
going to
movie.
cut it. It is. And it was such an oversight. I'm glad it was nominated for Best Picture, glad it was nominated for Best Cinematography, which I hope it does win, because it should. Just beautiful, over-the-top shots. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, just big
The
landscapes
top
of America
the
at that
forests
time.
and trees coming
Yeah.
down as these men are doing their work, and it's
Gorgeous.
just a great movie. And I don't know if it was the Netflix factor that played into it as
I
far
don't
as
know.
Joel Edgerton was concerned.
But we're seeing a lot more of the Netflix movies
yeah,
being
we are.
recognized. Yeah, that was one of the performances this year that I thought was overlooked. He should have been nominated for that. My number 7 is another horror movie.
Oh,
It's
no.
Weapons. Zach Cregger directed Barbarian a few years ago, and that movie had me very excited for his follow-up. That movie had me legitimately scared, and so I was very excited for Weapons. Usually, though, that means a letdown. When you start building up anticipation in that degree, impossible to live up to these lofty expectations. This film delivered for me in a big way. It gave me the one legitimate scare I had in a movie theater all year long. And it reminded me to never go into a basement that Zach Cregger has, because both of his movies feature basements that are horrifying. I'm happy to see this movie getting some love. Amy Madigan nominated for her performance in this movie. She's unrecognizable in this movie. I love it. And I'm just happy that it gets some love. Josh Brolin is in this as the father who's obsessed with solving this mystery. He brings the few moments of levity that this movie needs. There is a laugh out loud moment in this movie that he brings that is like a release valve that is greatly needed. And there's an ending in this movie that is truly unexpected. And even on rewatch, I've watched this movie 3 times. It's tough to watch all 3 times when you get to the end of the movie.
Whoa.
There's some carnage that happens near the end of this movie that is difficult to watch. You would love it.
No.
But yeah, I'm not a big horror guy. Like all the years I've been doing this show, I don't like watching horror movies. But this year somehow I have 2 quote unquote horror movies in my top 10. That means that they have to be really good. So Weapons is my number 7.
I watched an interview with Amy Madigan on Turner Classic Movies not too long ago where she said the inspiration for her character in this movie was Betty Davis and Whatever Happened to Baby Jane.
Terrifying.
Which scared the daylights out of me when I was a kid.
Sure,
I watched
yeah,
it as a kid.
yeah.
I had nightmares for months after that.
Well, and supposedly what I've been reading is now that they want, and I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but they want to make a movie that is a spin-off with just her character.
About her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I don't know if I love that idea, but
It's good to see, though, that she's being recognized for her talents.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
she's been around for a while.
she has.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, number 6, sir. What do you have for us?
Oh, come on. It's Downton Abbey. Gotta have that in there. Downton Abbey, the grand finale. It was the 3rd and final film of the Downton Abbey franchise, and yes, it was a grand finale. And now it's strictly for the fans like myself. And the fans that filled the theater of the show that I went to, boy, we all applauded when it was over. We wiped away tears. I mean, they loved it, I loved it, and what I loved about it is that the people that made the movie, they didn't deviate one bit from the formula that made the TV series so great, the movie's great. I mean, many of the original franchise's cast members are in the final film. I mean, this was a Downton story that would not have been out of place in the TV series. I was very sad to see this end, but boy, I was so satisfied with how it ended. I'm trying to get this guy to start watching this. He
I've seen
won't.
0 minutes of Downton Abbey.
Yeah, he refuses. So
Yeah.
I just a
Needs more monsters.
dinosaurs.
Yeah, anything. Maybe not dinosaurs. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you've told me how emotional you get. Maybe I'm afraid of that. Maybe I'm afraid of seeing this and then I get all weepy.
You don't like getting weepy?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Downton Abbey.
I get weepy all the time.
All right, that was your number 6. Is that correct?
That's number 6.
Okay, so
yep.
that means my number 6 is No Other Choice.
Oh, okay.
Park Chan-wook's newest film starring Lee Byung-hun. He is a loyal veteran of a papermaking company, which has allowed him his dream life and his dream home with his family. But when an American company comes and buys out his paper company, he's downsized and goes a little over a year without a job. And in that time, he hatches a desperate plan to take the job of a man who he envies. But in order to do so, he's going to have to eliminate the competition for that man's job in the most wonderful ways possible. And this movie is a fast-paced adventure, a terrific dark comedy where he has to battle over what is he willing to do to steal this man's dream and to save his house? And there's dread and anxiety that come with the circumstances, especially personally for me, because I was going through similar circumstances at the time I saw this, and this desperation of what he was willing to do. And it makes you think about the world that we're in, that kind of ties your own self-worth to what you do for a living. It's kind of the thrust of this movie. It's a crime thriller, but wonderfully, everyone in this movie is a likable person. Even the guy who is willing to do horrible things, there's no really bad guys. And that's really nice. Everyone is struggling with their own issues. And it's real life. No one's a nefarious, evil villain. Everyone has their own issues and their own reasons for doing what they do. And I really appreciated that in this movie. And so it came in as my 6th favorite movie of the year.
Was this nominated for Best Foreign Film?
I believe it is, yes.
Was it? Okay.
Yes.
All right. I have to see that. And I think I have to see this one then.
I think you should. I think you'd enjoy it. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my number 6. We move into top 5 territory now.
Okay.
Number 5 for you,
Number 5
sir.
for me is Sorry Baby. There it is.
Remind me of this. I've seen this. I know
Have
it's
you?
on my list.
Okay.
Yes.
Here's a name I want you to remember. Eva Victor. That is her right there. She wrote, directed, and stars in the lead role in the story of a college literature professor who experiences a very traumatic event. And it tells how she survives that and how she tries to move forward after it happens. The movie's divided up into segments. The titles of the segments call it a bad thing that happened. I'm not going to tell you what that is. You need to see the movie. Mm-hmm. But what I can tell you is that Victor, and I've never seen her before.
Yeah, no.
I never heard of her. She does an outstanding job telling this story, showing all the emotions of what this character is going through. I mean, there's a lot of drama, but there's some humor in this too. And the movie poster, which is this, shows her holding up a cat. Mm-hmm. It's not a movie about a woman and a cat.
Yeah, crazy cat lady.
It's one that just completely surprised me. I didn't know what to expect from this. This movie was completely ignored at the Oscars.
Oh yeah.
And I don't
know anyone else I've even heard talk about this movie.
No.
Yeah.
I loved it.
That's good. I like that.
And I hope, I don't know what she's got next on her itinerary for movies, but I want to see it.
One to keep an eye on.
Yeah. Eva Victor.
Good. All right, top 5. Now this top 5 this is locked in. These are the 5 movies that I gave 5 stars to this year. And so my number 5 is let me do my job here. Sorry. My number 5 is Hamnet. A film that was a tough journey, not always one that I was sure I was enjoying in the theater. Yeah. But what kept it all together, we talk about Jessies that are great actors and actresses. Jessie Buckley, her performance was like a beacon, like something that I could keep my eye on in the forest as I wasn't sure where I was going. This film ended up winning me over in a big way, and I was drawn to go to a rewatch, and I found it to be a lot more accessible the second time around than the first time, because it does meander a bit in the middle.
It does.
And knowing where it was going the second time made it so much better. She is just an inspirational actress, and she's really capable of anything. And in here, her portrayal of grief is so powerful that I found myself overwhelmed by it all. And Paul Mescal is good in this, even very good in this. Buried by her, though. And I originally gave this film a 4.5 to 5. I was unsure. It's a week 5. I don't know. Second viewing left no doubt for me. This is in my top 5 favorite movies of the year. It blew me away, and
you got weepy at it.
This movie, initial watching, yes, I was a mess coming out of the theater. The second time, equally a mess.
Oh,
because
really?
the way it ends, I can't help it.
Yeah.
It goes for your heart, and I have a soul, and so it got me.
Yeah, it's good. It didn't make my list. It took a while for me to figure out that, okay, this is a good flick.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, it really didn't turn the switch on for me until the last third of the movie, where you really see what Jessie Buckley can do with this role.
The rewatch had me. It was almost like baking a cake, where you're watching all these ingredients get put together, and you're like, "But what is this? This is gonna be terrible. It's just a bunch of flour. I'm not gonna enjoy that." And then at the end, you're like, oh my God, look at what this turned into. And so seeing that on the second viewing was much more enjoyable.
Yeah,
'Cause I knew where we were going.
I agree with you. I think I do have to watch this a second time. I think when we first reviewed this, I think I gave it 3.5 stars.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
But yeah.
So there you go. My number 5 of the year. Your number 4 movie of 2025.
Number 4 for me was Rental Family. And this is such a sweet, quiet, heartwarming, unassuming film about real people who just want to find some connection to others, anchored by a fantastic performance from Brendan Fraser, who needs to do more movies like this.
He's so easy to root for.
Yeah, he plays an American actor based in Japan who begins working for a rental family agency where he plays roles in the lives of strangers. These are places that actually do business in Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a movie that could have been really cringy. It could have been an over-the-top tearjerker, but you know, I'm telling you, the writing is smart enough, the acting is real enough that it didn't go in those directions. It's got a lot of originality to it. It really moved me. They just don't make a lot of movies like this anymore. There's no violence. There's no cursing. It's just real.
Who's the bad guy?
Real human emotion. There is no bad
Exactly.
guy. You kind of think
You don't
there
need
is,
one.
but then it turns out it's not. It's just real human emotion.
Yeah.
And it kind of came and went at the theater, and it's just something that needs to be seen.
I agree. This is a good movie. Yeah, it's him. I mean, come on. But he has just a sweet. It almost gets too overly sweet in points for me.
Yeah,
But it pulls it back.
It does.
The heart keeps it in check. Yeah, I enjoy that movie quite a bit. All right, my number 4 is a movie you're not going to expect. I don't think we discussed it on the show.
Okay.
It's a documentary that I watched
okay.
early in the year last year, and I just love it. So let's go here. My number 4 is Pee Wee as himself.
Okay.
The Pee Wee Herman documentary that came out on Max. Pee Wee Herman, and as an extension, Paul Rubens, held a very strong place in my childhood, right? Growing up in the 80s.
Sure.
Very. And this documentary is one that I always hoped we would get. And unfortunately, Paul Rubens passed away in 2023. But thankfully, he had sat down and basically made this documentary beforehand. Sat down for hours with the filmmaker, some contentious sit-downs with this filmmaker. It felt like sometimes it was pulling teeth getting him to talk about things. But it's a 2-part documentary telling his story, a very intimate story about his life. He left nothing behind and gets into who is Paul Rubens, what created him, what made him create Pee Wee Herman. And there were shocking revelations, heartbreaking moments, laughs, tears of joy and tears of nostalgia. I felt I learned so much about this guy. And it was just, I watched a ton of documentaries this year. This was truly my favorite one of the year by far, and one of my favorites in recent years. It was the subject matter I loved, and the way that it was done, and the fact that, he's gone. Like, all that rolled in to be just something that I really, really loved.
Yeah, I mean, I'm older than you, so I didn't really get into the Pee Wee Herman thing.
Sure.
But there was a ton of celebrity documentaries that came out in 2025. Some good, some not so good. This is one of the good ones. I will agree with you on this. That they did a really good job with this one.
Yeah.
And it does leave no stone unturned. It really does.
He bared it all. It's almost like he knew this was his last will and testament.
I mean, I've never been a huge Pee Wee Herman fan, but I came away from this after watching this with a much better appreciation of what he did and the ground that he broke in doing what he did.
Yeah, and what he had to go through.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's my 4th favorite movie of the year. Your number 3, sir.
It's a music biopic.
Oh,
It's Jameson's favorite category, song sung blue. Music biopics live or die on whether the actor or actors playing the musical artist can convince us that they actually are that artist. I mean, Sissy Spacek. Whoops. Are we still on?
I think we had the clips.
Sissy Spacek convinced me in Coal Miner's Daughter that she was Loretta Lynn. Oh, there we go. And in 2024, and you're not going to agree with this, Timothy Chalamet convinced me that he was Bob Dylan.
He did not.
It's a tough task to pull off, it really is. And even though I wasn't overly familiar with Mike and Claire Sardina, the Milwaukee couple who were Lightning and Thunder, the Neil Diamond tribute band, Hugh Jackman and especially Kate Hudson really convinced me that they were that couple, that they were those individuals. And that is just one of the many reasons why I love this movie. Again, it's, one with not a lot of cursing, no violence. I mean, there's some tragedy that's part of it, but it was just, to me, it was a real human story. And I loved it because it had that local connection, living in Wisconsin. It's this Milwaukee couple.
You
who
love watching people get hit by cars.
des-
Multiple.
desperately just trying to, do what they love to do.
Yeah.
And
It's a sweet film.
Yeah, it is.
We talked about it on our last episode.
Yeah.
It's
I really
a
enjoyed
sweet
it.
film. There you go. Top 3. I love it. All right. My number 3 is a film that I finally got to. I've been hearing about it, and it's been a difficult film to find because it comes from Brazil. It is The Secret Agent, Brazilian film starring Wagner Moura as Marcelo. It's set in 1977 during the turmoil of Brazilian military dictatorship. Marcelo is a man, he's a former educator and researcher. He's traveling during Carnival to the town of Recife, where his son has been living with Marcelo's deceased wife's parents, his in-laws, I guess. He's taken into a building that we find is filled with political refugees. It's run by an 80-some-year-old former anarchist communist named Donna Sebastiana. She's hilarious. But this building is filled with dissidents living under assumed names. We find Marcelo isn't his name either. He's there on a mission to find proof of his mother's life. Something as simple as just finding her ID card on file before fleeing the country with his son. Meanwhile, a man that he insulted years earlier at the university when he was a researcher has taken it as his mission to find and kill Marcelo. This man's hired hitmen to track him down. There's also the crooked police in town that can't be trusted, and a police chief who seems giddy at the growing death toll that's happening at Carnival. There's a constant threat that identities will be revealed. And it's a thriller, but it's fun. It's smart. One of the things I picked up on, and I'm sure it's the most blatant thing, but they're in this house that has everyone there living under assumed names. In the very beginning, we're just introduced, there's a cat that wanders in and out of the house. This cat is born with 2 faces. It has 2 different names. It's a 2-faced cat in real life. Weird to look at. And then it dawned on me as the movie went on, like, oh, everyone in this building has 2 faces and 2 names. That's a cool little trick you use. Little fun things. But the movie is like this dangerous game as he's constantly just barely ahead of trouble. There's a storyline also of a man's hairy leg that's washed up on shore and causes hysteria during Carnival. And this film feels like a throwback in how it's a thriller and it slowly builds a suspense. It plays out to me like great 1970s political thrillers.
Yeah.
Which I love. Wagner Moura is masterful in this. He won the Golden Globe. I was like, who's this guy? Who's this guy winning the award? But I couldn't take my eyes off him during this film. The music in this movie is so great. I mean, it's 1970s Brazilian music. You just want to move in your seat. And as everything is building, it's all going to come to a head eventually, and it's probably not going to end well, but it gives you a lot of time to take in the beauty of the movie and the cultural diversions of 1977 Brazil before it finally comes to a head. And I found myself loving this movie, and I hate that it's been so difficult to find.
Yeah, I
It's
mean, I
been
want to see
popping
it,
in
but
and out of
trying to
theaters.
find it,
Yeah, they've had like
impossible.
single showings here in town.
Yeah.
But you have to travel to a theater that I'm not a fan of. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad I got
I think
to it.
it's up for Best Picture.
It's up for Best Picture. It's up for Best Foreign Film. It's up for Best Actor. It's a lot of things.
Okay.
And it's
So
well worth
I
it.
do want to see it.
I was reading that it should be hitting streaming here in the next couple weeks.
Okay.
So at least then before
probably
the
end up
Oscars,
doing
you'll be
that.
able to watch it.
Yeah.
But thankfully, I was able to get to it right before we did our lists, and it comes in as my 3rd favorite movie of the year.
All right.
There we go. All right, top 2 time. What do we have? I don't know your list. We don't know each other's list. So
Okay.
when I push this button,
number 2 for me is a documentary. It's My Mom Jane, and this is directed by Mariska Hargitay. It's a documentary not only about Hargitay's mother, actress Jane Mansfield, but also about Hargitay's journey to find out more about her family, her father, and herself as Mansfield died in a car crash in 1967 when Hargitay was only 3 years old. And boy, this is deeply, deeply personal. Mariska Hargitay puts a lot on the table here. She doesn't hold anything back. It's a gutsy display of her personal life, and it really got to me, especially when you see her talking with members of her family who initially, from what I read, weren't real thrilled about doing this, but then because, they ended up doing it because of the love that they have for her as a sibling, and sometimes some parts are tough to watch, some tough to listen to, but it qualified for consideration for an Oscar nomination for Best Documentary. It did not get nominated. I think that's just a huge disappointment. I'm a huge fan of Mariska Hargitay. I mean, I found out there's an actual Law and Order channel on one of the streaming channels, so I'm in heaven over that. This one I think is still on Max. Okay. It is so good. It was a 5-star movie for me.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, I love it. You still haven't seen it yet?
I have not.
Okay.
I haven't had time to,
All right.
Good choice.
Put it on your list.
All right. Top 2 time here. My number 2 is a film we discussed on our last episode. I gave it 5 stars. It's Marty Supreme, Josh Safdie's new film, Timothy Chalamet. I mean, I don't know what else I can say. I really do believe this is Timothy Chalamet's best performance. He's asked to carry so much in here as this guy constantly on the move in screens that are filled with various crazy characters. He carries this sheen of sweat and desperation on him throughout the entire movie as he moves equally between the bowels of society and the ivory towers of society. He's able to kind of work his way in both, and his charisma makes him kind of skim across the surface of being an unlikable, unsavory character throughout most of this movie on his singular quest for respect and redemption in the world of ping pong. This shouldn't work. It's a movie about ping pong, starring actors that a lot of them I don't care for, but he is amazing, and I really, really enjoyed this film. I've struggled in recent days as things have come out about the filmmaker Josh Safdie and his past that make him very unlikable to me.
I've read those stories.
It makes it very difficult to root for this movie.
And the family of the guy that supposedly this is loosely based on, his name is Marty Reisman or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the real guy. They're not real thrilled with this either. But Safdie says, "Well,
Creative liberty."
Yeah. I wanted to do a ping pong movie, and I just saw this book, and that's what I did.
So I mean, I put that aside now, and I go on what I thought when I walked out of the film the first time, and I love this movie. So
it gave me a headache.
Yeah, I know it did.
I mean, really, I thought the ping pong was the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that looked great.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, I've never seen anything like that in a movie before.
Have you ever trained for 7 years to do something that you're only going to do for a little while?
No. I mean, we used to have a ping pong table in our basement when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Didn't play anything like that.
Yeah.
While they're playing in the movie.
Not me.
It's Timothy Chalamet's performance. No, it's not.
It is. It's great, and it's. I mean, it's.
I actually thought his performance in "Can I Call Me by Your Name"? Remember that?
Yeah.
I thought that was much better.
Him and Armie Hammer.
Yeah.
No, he just likes working with wonderful people. I guess he just likes working with really cool people.
It's good.
I mean, it's in the battle for every award this year too.
I don't think I'll watch it again, but.
Yeah, I feel like I need to. All right, that was my number 2, which means you are at your number 1 movie. I'm trying to guess. I'm going back through the year, thinking of
I don't
movies
think we
that you
talked
loved.
about. We didn't talk about this one.
Oh, it's a surprise.
Yeah.
Let's see what we have.
It's called The Ballad of Wallace Island.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
I have seen this movie.
You have?
Just recently.
Okay.
Yes.
This is people are going, the Ballad of what? It tells the story of a British multimillionaire, got his wealth from winning the lottery twice, and he's a super fan of this folk duo who are no longer together. and he pays them a lot of money to bring them to his home on this remote Wallis Island off the coast of Wales for a reunion concert for just him. And I don't think this was in the theater.
No.
I think it's still on Peacock. I just stumbled on it.
So did I, yeah.
It charmed the heck out of me. I laughed more at this film than any other movie that I saw this year. Tim Key plays the millionaire. He is fantastic in this. Tom Basden and the always great Carey Mulligan are the folk duo. Mm-hmm. This movie reminded me of one of my all-time favorites, Local Hero. Do you remember that?
Help me out with Local Hero.
Stars Peter Riegert and Burt Lancaster.
I don't know
They're
if I've
like
seen that.
the oil company guys that go to that small Irish town to set up an oil refinery.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's,
Put it on the list.
yeah, it's, you know, I mean, there's one scene where Carey Mulligan goes to the only store on the island. This is the only place where you can get anything. And she asks for Reese's peanut butter cups. And the clerk looks at her and gives her a coffee cup and a bag of, and a jar of peanut butter.
Make your own.
So, I mean, yeah, if you watch this, you may have to put the subtitles on the first time you see it
Yep.
because the British accents can get pretty thick at times. But I just love this. I love movies like this.
Especially when you
quirky,
discover, like, what is this?
you know, little movies that
Yeah.
have a lot of charm to them.
It's a fun movie. I did the same thing. I was just scrolling, doom scrolling, trying to find something.
Yeah,
And like, well, what's this? I'll give it a shot. Yeah, it's a fun movie.
yeah, it's great.
Good choice. All right, my number one movie is a movie that I'm hoping will win a ton of awards this year. It's great. I just rewatched it for the third time the other day. Got my wife to sit down and watch it. She is A, not a fan of these kinds of movies. B, not a fan of long movies either.
Okay.
Sat down, one battle after another. Paul Thomas Anderson's new movie. Started watching it. She'd watched the Golden Globes with me, so she knew who Tiana Taylor was. And luckily, she's the first thing you see when it starts. And she's like, oh, okay. And we start watching it. And I see her look at her phone, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. Like, stay with it.
Yeah,
But she was checking, she was going to the IMDb, and she goes, this movie's almost 3 hours long? I go, oh, shoot. That's where I lose her.
Yeah.
But she stayed in it. We get to the end, she goes, that movie was incredible.
okay.
Win. A wild adventure that spans 16 years. Leonardo DiCaprio, the star of this film, is Bob, a former revolutionary who, along with Tiana Taylor, bombs out places that are immigration centers. The two of them draw the ire, the attention of Colonel Lockjaw, played by Sean Penn. 16 years later, Perfidia Beverly Hills has disappeared, and Bob and his daughter are in hiding along with all the rest of the revolutionaries. And Colonel Lockjaw, among others, are trying to find them, and they all have their own reasons. The film becomes a cat and mouse chase. And wonderfully written characters weaving in and out of each other's stories. I love Bob the burnt out stoner who's just worried about finding his daughter. His daughter, by the way, played by Chase Infinity in her first movie.
Yeah, she's good.
Incredible. I tell my wife that, I'm like, this is her first movie, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
what? She holds up against multiple Academy Award winners, and she does not look out of place in this movie. There's a funny but scary group in this movie of rich elite white nationalists called the Christmas Adventurers, who are looking to secure the future of white America. It's a chuckle, but it's also terrifying.
Yeah.
And there's a great car chase through the desert where every time I watch this movie, I get the feeling in your stomach when you're going up and down the
up
hills.
and down.
Oh,
Yeah.
but I noticed on the last rewatch that the soundtrack has this like clock ticking propulsive for the entire runtime that just keeps it moving. It's a constant like tick, 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 tick.
Boy, I
tick,
don't
tick,
remember
tick,
that.
That
Yeah.
sits underneath it. I never noticed it till
Okay.
watching it this last time.
All right.
And it's basically a ticking clock. It's like 60 minutes clock going that just keeps you like things are moving. Keep everything going. Benicio del Toro in this, hilarious. He's just great as the sensei trying to help out. This is a perfect movie to me. I absolutely adore it. I've seen it several times. It's one of my favorite Paul Thomas Anderson movies. That's high praise.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy makes great movies.
I
for
mean,
the
it's
most part.
it's good. I didn't think it's one of Paul Thomas Anderson's best.
I think it's very different. I feel like for a while he was in a kind of a rut of making. You could tell by watching it. This is a Paul Thomas Anderson movie. It looks like the last Paul Thomas Anderson movie. Has similar themes of his childhood,
Mm-hmm.
this is very different. And I like that he was able to branch off. Something that I ask a lot of directors, like Wes Anderson. It's okay to make a different type of movie
Yeah.
every once in a while. And I thought that he did. And these performances are phenomenal in here. So
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I think it's on Max now.
I believe it is.
I think it is. I know it's out there somewhere.
Yeah.
You can watch it.
streaming, it's a good time. All right, those are our top 10s, but I know that we have some honorable mentions to talk about. What are some films that you didn't quite get onto your list?
Yeah, Jay Kelly.
Oh, no.
With George Clooney and Adam Sandler. George
Better
Clooney.
version of that's on your list, Sentimental
Yeah,
Value.
I know, but these two together were it was so great to
Yeah.
see them, and who knew that pairing these two actors together would make such a
Sure. Put them on a road trip movie.
great performances. Loved it. House of Dynamite, Catherine
Yeah,
Bigelow.
I didn't like that one either.
Yeah, I know you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
About the nuclear disaster. That one just had me on the edge of my seat from start to finish.
That was a half a movie for me.
Here's another one that I know you didn't
No.
like, Wicked for Good.
Boy.
I love the first Wicked. I love this one. Maybe
Yeah.
not as much as the first one, but and I think it's almost two different films.
I feel like you're looking at my list and looking like in the 70 range. What does he have in about the 75 range for me?
Ooh, Life of Chuck. Did you?
Yeah, that's a good movie. I watched
Did you
that,
see
yeah.
that?
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
that's a good one.
With oh gosh,
With Loki. What's his name?
Huddleston.
Yes, Tom
yeah,
Hiddleston.
yeah. Written by Stephen King.
Yeah, good movie.
It's a little strange. You may have to watch it twice to figure out what's going on, but it's worth it.
It comes together in the third chapter.
And then this one, I think, was a Netflix film that came out early in the year, Nona's. Remember that?
I do
With
was
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn, yeah,
who
yeah.
buys the Italian restaurant and brings in the Italian grandmothers
Yeah.
to cook the food.
Yeah, yeah. Sweet movie.
Just a nice little movie. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Loved it.
My honorable mentions I had Sentimental Value, which you had on yours.
Sure.
It was just an accident. Great Iranian film that's also
Okay,
nominated.
I want to see that.
That's really fun. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. That is, I think, my number 11 movie.
It's up for Best Picture.
28 years later, which I talked about as I talked about Bone Temple last episode. Blue Moon, which I recently watched. I had to rent to see.
Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke's great in it. The movie's really fun. Yeah, that's
Now,
a good
is
one.
it? I don't want to give everything away, but is it pretty much just him sitting at a bar?
Yes.
It is?
It's 90% him just regaling,
Really?
being a raconteur,
Okay.
regaling people with stories.
That's good?
He's great.
Okay.
He's great.
I think he's up for Best Actor.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I had to see it because it was like, this is the only one that I haven't seen, one of the major categories. It's the only one I haven't seen. I had to rent it, and yeah, it's good. And then the last one I had, F1. I rewatched
Yeah.
F1 recently and was like, I think I loved it in the theater, but then I kind of pushed it down in my mind, like, it's just a race car movie. And then I rewatched it, like, no, it's a great movie. It's a ton of fun. Great to be seen on the big screen, but still, yeah, fun movies.
Yeah, it is. It's good.
Yeah, great sound. So, yeah, those are my honorable mentions among
Brad
others.
Pitt, he shows that he's a real movie star.
That he is. This just in. He's a movie star.
He's a little
guys.
chiseled, but he's a movie star.
Yeah. So we gave you our bottoms on our last episode. This is our top 10-ish. Some of us cheated at 11, but
I'm sorry.
those are great. Like I said, if you want to see my whole rankings, I put them up on our
How many?
Facebook. I think it was 174, which is down from previous years. Normally I'm in the
Wow.
200s.
I
but
don't think I even saw half that amount.
this year I didn't see a lot of
I'm
movies.
so ashamed.
This year it was nice. I didn't see movies that I had no interest in, and that's always fun when you're just able to avoid movies that you know you're going to hate, and you only watch the movies you're going to love. And Popeye's Revenge. But anyways, our next episode, I'm sure we're going to have some movies that are in theaters that we'll be able to talk about, and we'll also be talking about the Oscars.
Oh, we're going to do that in the next one?
I'm sure.
Okay.
Oscars coming up
Yes.
in mid-March.
Our Oscar preview show.
Predictions, yeah. So that will most likely be our next one. So look forward to
I
that.
got some things to say.
Oh, yeah, I love it. I can't wait. So that's always fun as we get through the Oscar season and the doldrums of January, February movies at the box office, and hopefully we get into some fun years. It's going to be, there's a lot of movies I want to see this year. We just have to get to them. I feel like once we get to the spring, there's movies that I want to check out.
It'll start. It'll start.
It'll come. So we want to thank, we've had a different look as we are out of our studio the last couple
You want
episodes.
to mention their producer?
That's exactly what I'm about to do. Is we have also brought back a familiar friend to produce these shows, Mara Trusty, who produced Real Reviews for the first 13 years of this show. step back in the booth to give us these last 2 episodes you've seen, and we love having Mara back full time, all the time, doing this show. There's no saying no. It's great.
Was that in your contract?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's in the rider, but
Glad to have Mara back.
absolutely wonderful. So, anyways, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you have any disagreements, I will put Steve's phone number on our socials. You go ahead. He loves getting text messages about how he's wrong. So, until
He texts me all the time
yeah, I
telling
tell him
me
he's
how
wrong
I'm
too.
wrong. Yeah.
Until our next episode, we're talking about the Oscars. I'm Jameson.
And I'm Steve.
Have a great one.